What's up, all you X-Men loving dudes and dudettes? Toyshiz here, and I'm back yet again to give you guys another news update. And today we got our first glimpse at a figure that we've been all looking forward to see it somehow, some way. We've been given hints, tidbits, teases, Toy Fair. You know, they did a little Jubilee segment, and then of course you had Dwight showing off this big luscious leg amidst his antique mansion curtains. But the Fan First Friday and, you know, with Marvel Legends today on their Facebook, they finally revealed what the new project was going to be. So you had Ryan Ting, Dwight Stahl, and the amazing Jesse Falcon. And I'm going to say this right now. To start off, Jesse Falcon had all these old artworks, for figures that were never released. And I could watch that all day. That is something, I want like a book or something like that, to see this unreleased beast. This one was in particular, I was like, we all know a Sentinel's coming somehow, some way, but I was like, is it gonna look like that? That would be awesome. That's like old school Sentinel master mold right there. So I definitely dug that. And of course, Ryan Ting, he recently got himself an old X-Men Sentinel, which is just one of the coolest old-fashioned play sets, quote unquote. I mean, I think it's a playset. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, they were talking about that. And I like how they kind of went over the various Sentinels. Also, shameless plug, you can see my new Sentinel video over on my YouTube. Jesse Falcon, the original sculptor of the original Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sentinel, was Dave Cortez, showed off the Sentinel. Now, this was fun because it gives you the history of what they're kind of leading up to, and I like that. There have been quite a few Sentinel figures over the years. Dwight even showed off one of the smaller kid toy lines, one Sentinel. Then you had the more recent, like the Marvel Universe 3 3/4 inch scaled ones, and they also released it for like a Days of Future Past with a Wolverine. So cut to black, and then all of a sudden, yes, we had the trailer playing. It was a really nice trailer, I have to say. Really got you all pumped up, ready to go. And of course, we got our first look at the Sentinel. Now, this is being touted as the largest Marvel Legends figure, as you can clearly see that Wolverine down there, 26 inches tall, which, yeah, that's a big figure if you're looking at other figures on your shelf. 72 points of articulation. That's pretty cool. The fingers, hands, standard stuff, but just extra bonus little tidbits here and there. Premium deco. I love when they say that. It's great sculpting. LED light up chest. I'll get to that in just a second. LED lights up eyes, all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, they go into, which we will talk about in just a second, exactly how this project is going to go, where it will be the new Hasbro HasLab. And if you're wondering the price, we too will get to that in just a second. But yeah, here he is. You can see all the different wires. He looks very reminiscent of the X-Men the Animated Series, which that is the ideal Sentinel that I always think about. So in that sense, it's great. You get a figure as well. You get a big 18-inch long bendy wire mutant apprehensive tentacle thing. He put it in his hand, much like the original Build-A-Figure, so that's cool. So you get to see all the different paints, everything else. So I think it looks great, let's just be honest. The LED lights, I could have done without. I go either way sometimes with that. I like him on old toys. New toys, yeah, give or take. But he does look good. This, in particular, is what I like most seeing. I think this is, it sold me right away. But this gave me the ideas that I can do on my shelf when I get this. I would like to create a permanent stand in my office and have all the X-Men fighting this Sentinel. So in a way, it's kind of like the old Sentinel playset. You can have him all curled up in the tentacle thing, got Wolverine captured, Archangel, whatever you want to do in that sense. You can create a really nice diorama around this and then just kind of leave them, that's your X-Men set up in your toy room or what have you. And I like that they showed the previous Build-A-Figure Sentinel next to this new guy. It's huge, which does lead me to believe that, this could be used as a potential master mold. And again, we will get to that in just a second. But I'll tell you in all honesty opinion, I love what they did here with this. They said it's a Sentinel coming. It's a big giant Sentinel. It's within the scaling of what I think a Sentinel should be. Yeah, we've gotten lots of Sentinels over the years, but this guy's cool. He's new, he's fresh. Am I stoked on the price? Not really. But then again, when are we ever stoked on price tags? Of course. And again, give or take with the LED, I could have gone with or without. I'll be quite honest with you. This thing I'm actually really excited for, actually. And shout out to designer Tony Colella. you know, he had a hand in saying, okay, the first re-release Sentinel just came with the Days of Future Past Wolverine. You want an army build, okay, you get a dozen Wolverines. That doesn't really do anything. They're giving you a new Bastion figure, which we know we have a Nimrod figure coming. He's also kind of meshed a little bit with Master Mold. So again, little hints here and there of what could possibly be for the unlockables for this Sentinel, but he comes with a Sentinel Prime alternate head. So again, you buy multiples of these, you can have multiple Sentinel Primes if you want. I'm not saying I'm buying one. That's really just what have it. I'm not into the army building. And so as of right now, you have 2,700 backers, and that's just within the announcement from today. So what do you exactly get with this Sentinel? As per Hasbro Pulse, the Sentinel will clock in at 26.3 inches. He's got LEDs in the head and the chest. He requires 2 AAA batteries. It doesn't come with batteries. It's an 18-inch Sentinel, the tentacle accessory. I wish it would have come with 2, let's be honest. He's got 2 hands. Maybe that's another unlockable. But I would say, honestly, 2 tentacles would have been nice to get. You get the really cool Bastion figure, 6-inch. And then he also comes with Marvel Insider redemption code points. You can use that on the Marvel Insider. You can put it towards a subscription. I believe they said 75,000 points gets you a full subscription or something to that degree. Or you can put it towards single issues, something like that. So in that sense, yeah, you're getting a bunch of points. So I'm glad that they kind of meshed that together. It's a way of giving you an old action figure with like a comic book kind of put in there. So I'll give him credit for that all day. I'm really liking this Bastion figure. I'm not going to lie. It's awesome looking. I love the face on that. And I really like the bendy wire tentacle. Again, 2 would have been really nice, but I like that you can capture, you know, Wolverine and things. It's huge. It's much bigger offering than we've gotten before, so it's something different. I appreciate that a lot. All right, so now you're probably wondering, okay, how much is it going to cost me? How do I back this? You go on the Hasbro Pulse, he's going to cost you $350 plus tax, wherever applicable taxes are. There is no shipping required unless you want it quicker. The shipping is included, so that's great at the end of the day. Like, I very much appreciate that they put the shipping in. On the McFarlane one, as you know, difference, you actually had to pay, depending on which tier you bought, you had to get extra shipping. So when shipping is included, that's much appreciated. You just have to tack on the tax, $350 taxes. It's going to be more closer to about $400. It needs 6,000 backers, individual backers, pieces sold, by August 24th. So roughly about 45 days from now, we have about, 2,100, like I said, already, just from the reveal this morning, 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern Time. 7,000 backers unlocks something, and they'll reveal it as they keep going. 8,000 backers reveals something, and 9,000 backers reveals the last thing. There's only 3 tiers so far. Maybe if it does really well, maybe they'll add more, but 3 is what they're going with. That's the done deal. I'm thinking it will probably be something maybe like an alternate head, something like that. Maybe an alternate figure. We've had lots of rumors about something having to do with Wolverine and things of that nature. So without further speculating, I would say, yeah, I would love some add-ons. And then, of course, on August 24th, with everything funds, even at the lowest mark around 6,000, upwards to however many it can go to, then it will be slated to ship to us around fall 2021. So roughly a full year we'll have to wait for the Sentinel, which, yeah, that's the way things go with most Kickstarters. So full year until you'd actually have this guy in hand. And also some good news. So the Hasbro Pulse will be for US and Canada. International, they will have some announcements on that soon. So fear not. Yeah, if you are in Europe, Asia, some other countries, they will figure out a way to make it more of an international release. And as they said with the reveal, they will have more details on that soon. So I'll be on the lookout for that for all those who want it. So get this figure if you want it. If you can't afford it, don't feel bad. Don't let other people go like, oh man, like, you know, I didn't get the Unicron. I really wanted it. I said at the end of the day, it's not for me. This is for me. I love Marvel Legends, so I will get it. If you can't afford it, don't sweat it. There's always going to be, there's plenty of Sentinels out there, so get it if you can afford it. And that's just the way it is. If you have, you know, bills and everything else to pay, family, that's more important. Stick with that any day of the week. But I am curious to know what you guys think about this HasLab project as a Marvel Legends collector, Marvel Legends fanatic. Is it something you wanted? Do you have the old Sentinels? Is it kind of like, it's another Sentinel? For me, I'm purely looking at this as like, this is a in-scale Sentinel. We've been wanting a HasLab. We went, oh, Marvel Legends. They gave it to us. They said exactly, this would be a Sentinel, something to that degree. And that's what it is. So I'm happy with it. Yes, I would have, wish they give us 2 tentacles. I'm super stoked on the Bastion extra figure. The LEDs, they go either way for me. The price, I think, is the one that I'm like, I wish it would have been just a little bit less. Much in the same vein of like McFarlane, I realize costs, there's a whole behind the scenes thing that nobody can ever really fully know or understand or conceive. They're taking care of it, so at $350 it is. That's the price that we're stuck with, and yeah, I'll be getting myself one, of course. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, if you were thinking that there were going to be a few more Marvel Legends reveals today, well, Dwight, at the very end, pulled out a mysterious open book. I think it has an H on it. I don't know what in the world that could possibly be for. I guess we'll have to wait for closer to Comic-Con time to get the full reveal. And when we do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios. I didn't have the music.